Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't watched the previous videos I just posted, watch those. I go more in depth as to what's been going on. Watch my previous video if you haven't seen it as to why I've been gone. I'm a little congested. I said that in the other videos. Watch those videos. I'm catching up on the Teen Mom season. New part 2, I guess you could say, of season 2 is about to start. Tomorrow, but by the time I post this video, probably it'll already be on or already be up. So let's get into episode 9. So Brianna's scene didn't really do too much this episode, which is fine. It doesn't have to always be drama. So basically, she just kind of is with her mom, which she always is. And her mom's just telling her that she feels like she needs to spend more time, I guess, for herself and give herself more self-care. And also, just make sure she's taking care of herself, make sure she gets some health insurance because, the last episode she was really sick and she was having like stomach pains and she didn't have any health insurance for it. So she was just trying to, explain to her that she needs to care for herself more, her health. And also, I guess she feels like she needs to have more patience with Brayson. I don't really know. I mean, I guess honestly, no, let's be honest. If I really think back, I can say that there are times when Brianna does seem like she kind of is losing patience with Brayson, but I do think that Brianna for the most part is a good mom. I don't think that she isn't, but I mean, we all as moms can improve on things. So, and I mean, at least she has her mom to help her, so she can improve and she'll be okay. And is it just me or does it? And I mean, it's expected because Brianna had him at a teenage. She's a teenager when she had him, so I mean, it's not like she looks like she's 30 or 25. She is only like 18 years old, but it's kind of funny because Brianna does look more like Brayson's older sister more than she looks like his mom. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, Brayson looks more like he can be her mom's son as opposed to Brianna's son. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting those vibes, but let me know if you guys get those vibes too. I mean, but it's expected. I mean, she did have him as a teenager, so I mean, it only makes sense that she looks like a teenager with a baby, but that's what she looks like. She looks like she could be his older sister. But, and then, she starts baby-proof in the house because Brayson's getting older and he's getting into everything. And she also puts him in swimming lessons just to get him more active and get his forearm, moving and stuff more. So that's good. All right, so more drama with the Rachel household. Rachel and Mallory, because it ain't just Rachel's storyline, it's Mallory's too, okay? They get in a little argument about co-parenting with their 4 baby daddies, okay? Rachel has her views and opinions and feels like, her way about her 2 baby daddies. And Mallory looks at things differently with her 2 baby daddies. I think Rachel's situation is a little bit different, so she can't really 100% blame Mallory for wanting to know 100% who the father of her child is because she's not with either one of them. So it doesn't really make sense for her to try to string it along if she's not with either one of them anyway. So let's just know which one is the father, get it over with, let's move on with our lives. I get that. Rachel's still trying to hold on to love and all the extra shit that comes with it. So I understand why she doesn't want to know the father of her child. However, it's still kind of childish and she needs to figure it out. But I get it. She's only 17 years old. She's a young little thing. She'll figure it out one day. And so I guess Drew is reaching out. He's decided that he wants to all of a sudden be a part of the baby's life. I don't respect when guys do that shit when they want to be out and disappear during the pregnancy and then all of a sudden the baby's 6 months old or a year old and then it's like, oh, I'm back. Remember, I conceived a child with you. Like, some would argue, well, if we're not together, why do I need to be around during the pregnancy? The baby's not here, so I'll just come when the baby's here. I will give you that to some extent. To some extent. Because at the same time, one, you still could be at the birth. And half the time, these motherfuckers who just pop up at the 6 month and 1 year timeline of the baby being alive, they weren't there during the birth. And I would think if you know for a fact that you created a child, you would want to see your child be born. So that's number 1. Number 2, I can agree with that to some extent, but then I disagree because it's like, even though I am carrying the baby and it's in my body, you created the baby with me. 50% of what's growing inside of me is your DNA. So I do feel like, yeah, we're not together, but you can still be a gentleman and treat me like you have respect for me as the mother of your child and, you know, see how I'm doing. Check on me and make sure I'm okay. Check on me and make sure I'm not having a complicated pregnancy. You could check on me and bring me food every now and again. I'm not asking you to be my boyfriend, and especially if you're in a relationship, even though that is so ratchet and it's just so... That's a whole other video, but I like, no, if you're pregnant or if you have a baby on the way, why are you in a whole other relationship with somebody else? Like, that doesn't even make any sense to me at all. I don't condone that for a man or a woman. So to me, that's stupid, but it happens. So anyways, but regardless, like, if you can you at least have respect for me as a person, a human being, and also as the mother of your child, to at least check on me during the pregnancy, make sure I'm okay. Go to the doctor's visits with me because this is your child too. It would be, yeah. I mean, shit. I may not be your girlfriend, but shit, I'm fucking hungry. Yeah, it would be nice if you could bring me something to eat. I'm eating for two. Like, I don't see anything wrong with a man being there for the woman that he impregnates, even if he's not his, even if that's not his girlfriend and you guys aren't together. You can still treat each other like you have respect for each other and check on one another and make sure that you're okay. So no, he could have been there. And I don't feel like sorry for guys who try to play that bullshit excuse because we work together. So no, I don't give you that excuse. I don't feel sorry for you if your baby mama says, fuck you, you can't be around the child, because you should have cared and gave her more respect to actually make sure everything was okay and be there for the birth. But instead you chose not to. So you can't be mad that she reacts however she reacts to your bullshit. That's just what it is. But, you know, luckily for Drew, Rachel is still young and she's still kind of gullible, so she falls for Drew wanting to be around. Now, I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing, because if that is Drew's baby, he should want to be around. But at the same time, like, maybe it's just the... I don't know the word, but because I'm just one of those type of people, like, I can forgive you, but I won't forget. So for me personally, I wouldn't let Drew be back in the baby's life that easily. Like, it would take some time for me to allow you to be around my daughter, because you got me all the way fucked up getting me pregnant and then not being here for the birth and for the first 6 months, and then all of a sudden you pop up when you want to. Like, no. But Rachel's still young, so she's like, it's all right, cool. Then she lets Drew come over and see the baby, and Jacob is not here for it, okay? He's not here for it. And it's kind of confusing with Jacob and Drew's situation, because it's like, one minute Jacob acts like he understands where Drew's coming from, and he says he doesn't want to be involved in them trying to work it out as a co-parenting. But then the next minute, it's like, I don't want him around. So it's like, I need more tea on that friendship. Like, I'm confused. So now we're talking about Kaya. T feels uncomfortable with the whole visit thing, and she's worried and feels like Kaya may one day leave her and take the baby, and they'll break up and never see each other again. And she's scared that she's getting comfortable with the baby and comfortable living at the house, and now all of a sudden the baby daddy wants to be a part and wants her to visit, and it may change things. Understandable, that makes sense. Kaya and T are not married. They're still young. Kaya just had the baby, so it ain't like she's been with T for hella long and they've been doing this. This is all fresh and new, so I get it. And so Kaya goes to see her baby daddy in prison and takes the baby. And I already said my opinions on how I feel about that in the last video, so if you haven't watched that, go watch that. But she goes takes him to see the baby, and she comes back and talks to her friend and tells her friend that baby daddy wants me back. He's saying that he feels like we should try to be a family and we should try to work it out for our son. And Kaya is kind of torn. She starts crying and she's upset because she does love Tiaza and they've been together and they've been doing this together. But at the same time, she probably still might have feelings for her baby daddy. I mean, he did get her pregnant. And also, I mean, what person doesn't want to try to make their family work for the sake of their children? So I can understand why she's upset and she feels torn, and you know why it's making her cry and stuff. I get that. I do feel like though, and I need people to get this. If your sole reason, and I know I sound a little stuffy and congested, so some words may sound a little weird, but I'm trying to make it as clear as I can. If your sole reason, or at least I can say if your main reason, maybe it's not the only reason, but it's the main reason why you want to get back with your baby mama or your baby daddy or your boyfriend or your ex-fiance or whatever, because you want to make it work as a family and you want to make it work for the kids. Red flag, run away. Red flag, run away. Because it ain't gonna work, boo. You may work for a year, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. By that 5th year, it's gonna be done. Because at the end of the day, you can't make a lifelong partnership work just because you got a kid with somebody. You have to actually make that relationship, that connection, that respect, that communication, everything that you need in a relationship, you got to make that work between you and that person before the kids come. So that once the kids come, it makes your bond stronger. If your bond is only because you accidentally fucked a couple times and got pregnant, and then you try to now make it work after the baby's already here, it ain't gonna work. You have to already have that bond. And that's what people don't get. People always want to try to, let's make it work for the kids, or let's make it work and let's try to be a family. Try to be a family. You can try to be a family and take pictures and be cute together, but that don't mean that your relationship is really gonna be a real relationship. That don't mean y'all really gonna have that real love, that real connection, and that don't mean y'all gonna last forever. Because if you're gonna be with somebody, you have to be with them because you love them, because you want to be with them, because you respect them, not because you're trying to make it work for the kids. Trying to make it work for the kids never works. There's been plenty of people who've been married for 20, 30 years and then end up at the 35th year or the 40th year and they divorce. There's been plenty of people doing that. You know why? Because they try to make it work for the kids. They were happy together maybe the first 5, 10 years. They already had 2, 3 kids together. Like, look, let's just try to make it work another 20 years for the kids. Wait till the kids go off to college, then we'll divorce. Sound familiar? Because you can't make a marriage, especially a lifelong partnership, work just for the kids. You got to do it because you love and respect each other first and you already have the connection. It'd be different, he said, I still love you, Kaya, and I want to make this work because I love you and I want to be with you. No, he wants to make it work because let's try to be a family for our son. It ain't gonna work. So even if you and T don't work, I'm gonna tell you, sis, you and baby daddy definitely ain't gonna work. So just let it go, let it go. So now this Bar and Ashley situation is starting to get a little sticky. This is where it gets sticky. You know, you're with somebody, you have a kid with them, then y'all break up, and then now you're trying to co-parent, but you're still in love, and you're still doing shit that you used to do, but then it's like you can't really do that. It's sticky. It's getting a little sticky for them. Bar ain't shit. Okay, I don't know how many times we're gonna have to keep saying this, but you know what? At the end of the day, even though I will never respect what Bar did to Ashley, and I'll never forget it, that one time, it still happened. It may have been one time, but it happened. I'll never forget it. I'll never respect it. However, I will always put Bar on a higher pedestal than Stefan. Stefan ain't shit. He's down here. Because Stefan ain't shit. And that's just on period. We gonna get into that in the next clip because we gonna talk about Kayla last. But Stefan ain't shit. So Bar will always be on a higher pedestal than Stefan, okay? But Bar sometimes got moments where he ain't fucking shit. And this episode, he wasn't shit. Like, motherfucker, really? Like, you gonna turn her phone off in the middle of her trip because you feel some type of way because she don't want to talk to your ass no more? Like, seriously, my guy? You get a car and all of a sudden you that bitch. Boy, knock it off. Bar, get the fuck out of here. I get it. You still in love with Ashley. She's a cute little mama. You still want it. However, you ain't got your shit together, and that's your fault. Get a job, get a GED. That's literally all you have to do. You won't do it. So, that's your fault. Your petty ass go sit here and turn her phone off in the middle of her trip because you're mad that she don't want to fuck with you no more. That's your own fault, okay? And you fucking it up for yourself because she was nice enough to still give you some coochie while y'all was broken up, but your dumb ass want to sit here and be like, no, the coochie ain't good enough. I want you to myself forever. No, you can't have that. You lucky you even still getting the coochie, but you want to sit here and be greedy and want everything. Now you want to call me every 10 minutes while I'm on a motherfucking vacation. You want to sit here and hang out with me every day, even though I got a motherfucking work and take care of your daughter. Okay, you want to sit here and hang out every chance you get and always be on the camera with me. But boy, we're not together no more, okay? I said I was just gonna give you the coochie and that was it. But no, that wasn't enough. You want everything. So now you're blocked. Like, Bar, it's your fault. You're the reason you guys are broken up. You're the reason why you guys aren't together. And the fact that you don't see that is your fault. Okay? And now that you cut her phone off in the middle of her trip and damn near almost had her stranded in LA, you really done fucked up. You really done fucked up. Because she was nice enough to give you the coochie. Now you ain't getting that no more. So you really done fucked up. So now y'all broke it up. You can't get no more coochie. At least from her, and you just, now she cut your ass off, and that's your fault, and I don't feel sorry for you. That's what you get, and she should have been cut your ass off, because once you hit her that one time, you really should have got your ass beat. You better be lucky she don't have no brothers, because on period, like, I'm not, like, okay, because let a motherfucker touch my sister, okay? Like, it's gonna be a problem, and that's on period. That's literally on period. It's gonna be a motherfucking problem. I'm not a violent person. I don't believe in hurting people. I don't believe none of that. But when you fuck with certain people that really matter to me, like my Kevins and my sisters and my nephews. So once again, Ancient Stefan is back on the fucking episode. Like, I really, 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 really hope season 3 he's no longer on the show. I'm so tired of him. I don't give a fuck what his excuse is. I don't care. I'm tired of hearing his narcissistic ass trying to make up these fucking fake ass excuses as to why he's a shitty ass father. I'm tired of seeing his mama on here trying to enable him and make him feel like it's okay for him to be a shitty ass father. I'm tired of seeing the girlfriend that's abusive and the girl that he cheated on Kayla with on the show with her judgmental ass as well. Look, I'm tired of his whole I don't care. I don't care. Tired of it. Done. So, but he decides, well, actually, I don't remember if he was on this episode or not, but they talked about him. But still, I'm tired of him, period. Like, let's just keep it at Kayla brings him up with her friends and she'll just talk about him, but we don't see him because I don't want to see him. But anyways, he misses another scheduled appointment to see his son. Not a surprise there because he's still in Florida with his mom. Introducing his girlfriend to his family. He doesn't have a job, he doesn't have his life together, but somehow he scraped up money to fly him and his girlfriend to Florida. Anyways, so he visits another visit with his son. He still won't see his son. He'll see his son maybe once every 6 months. That's about it. And so Kayla and Luke are moving to Iowa. Luke has picked a school. They're going to move to Iowa. And Kayla is, I guess, feels a little better about him picking a school and a state, but she does feel overwhelmed a little bit and upset because it's like she feels like all she's doing is having kids and having to stay home and raise the kids, and she can't go to school or work and do anything that she wants to do for herself. But Luke gets to still go to school and do what he wants to do for himself. So I do understand how she feels that way. I'm not going to sit here and blame her. I get it. Even though I do feel like, I apologize, I told you I'm congested, so my nose is dripping a little bit. But I do understand where she's coming from. Some people will try to be a little sarcastic, and I do understand because it makes sense. Let's be real, and say stuff like we'll stop having kids if you're not ready or you want to pursue your career. Which that is true. That is true. I can say that too. However, at the same time, sometimes you can't prevent everything. Like with Isaiah, she could have been more careful, but it happened. And then you could say the same thing with the new baby, but at the same time, she said she was taking birth control, but one day she was sick and she threw it up. And I guess that one day caused her pregnancy. You guys, I'm congested, so I'm leaking a little bit right now. But, with birth control and any type of contraceptive, it's always that 1% chance you can get pregnant. Even though that 1% chance is very rare and very slim, it still happens. There's still those 1%, which is like thousands of people out of like the billions of people in the world that do use protection and still get pregnant. So, oh my God, I know it's pissing me off. Sorry, guys. But, yeah, so it happens. You can say what you want, but it happens. So, I do understand where she's coming from. I do get why she feels that way, but at the same time, it is what it is. It's just a temporary thing that's going on. You're temporarily pregnant. Your kids will temporarily be young. And then in a couple years, you'll be able to get back on the wagon. As long as you don't get pregnant again, you'll be able to get back on the wagon in like 2 years. So you'll be good. But it is cute that they made a little agreement, and hopefully Luke does stick to it if they are still together in 2 years. That after 2 years of him finishing his school, the next place they move, if they move again, will be wherever Caleb wants to move, and they'll, he'll work around her schedule so that she can do whatever she wants to do. So I think that's a good compromise. Let's see what happens with that, and I'll see you guys in the next review, because I'm going to review the last review for the day, which is episode 10, and then I will be back to review part 2 of season 2 when they show that, which will be in a couple of days. But I will make sure I post a review for the new part 2 season 2 this week.